Hi everyone, it's Miss Ryan here, and I am back doing your reading for this week. So, we're going to look at one of the pages out of the 10 True Tales Titanic Young Survivors book that Mr. Fox read with you in the afternoons, I think about 3 weeks ago now. The reason why I've picked this specific page, this extract, is because it's going to really help you with your writing this week that Mrs. Mehevi is doing with you. So it is jam-packed full of fantastic vocab that you're going to pinch. So if you want to make any notes and pinch any of these phrases, then please do so as we go along. So it's Monday, which means it is your book talk session. So let's go. So this is the extract that we're going to look at in detail. So I'm going to read it to you now. Like I say, anything that springs out to you, make a note of it somewhere and we can use it in your writing later on this week. Okay, here we go. The title, When Will the Screaming Stop? Eva Hart. The unearthly cries for help from those doomed to die reverberated in the frigid blackness, petrifying 7-year-old Eva Hart. In her packed lifeboat, the little girl screamed, trying to drown out the persistent moans and wails of hundreds upon hundreds of people who had jumped or been pitched off the sinking Titanic moments earlier. The chilling drone of those unfortunate souls who were left bobbing in the deadly waters terrorized Eva to her core. No matter how loud she screeched or how hard she covered her eyes, she could still hear the awful sounds of human misery. She thought, when will the screaming stop? But with every unbearable minute that passed, the wretched noise slackened as, one by one, the freezing water stole the life of the ill-fated passengers. Exhausted, Eva stopped crying. Okay, so it's quite a short one this week, but it is of a high quality. It's jam-packed full of some brilliant vocab. So before I show you how to go about doing your book talk again, as always, it's the same every week, and you guys are all really good at it now. Here's the things that you're going to use in your book talk. So you start with your thoughts, what you're thinking, and why. Your feelings, how is it making you feel, and really think about the atmosphere in this, and your wonders. And just some openers here. Start with maybe I think this, maybe it's this. This indicates, this suggests, this portrays, and then perhaps. So it's all this sort of open-ended questioning and thoughts and wonders. Okay, it's all about your opinion. And don't forget to ask and answer your own questions as well. Okay, so let's get on to it. Here is the extract, and I will bob the extract on the website as well in case you want to print it off. Okay, so let's start with the first sentence. The unearthly cries for help. Now, straight away, I'm hooked in with the unearthly cries here. Trying to find the highlighter. There we go. So, the unearthly cries. Okay, so really consider what type of cries they are. Okay, is it the cries that we tend to hear nowadays, or if it's an unearthly cry? Okay. The word unearthly to me, this suggests that it is rarely heard on Earth. Okay, if it's unearthly, does it belong to Earth? If it's so horrific, the noise, that it's not what we're used to hearing. Okay, that's just my opinion. The unearthly cries for help from those doomed. I'm just going to highlight all the fantastic vocab that you could pinch. Okay. The unearthly cries for help from those doomed. If you're doomed, think about what that might mean. To die. Doomed to die. Reverberated. And we're going to look at that word tomorrow. Okay. So, if you're unsure, what does this word mean? And you might want to have a guess what you think that it means. These cries are reverberating in the frigid blackness. Okay. So what do you think that could mean? Could it mean echoing? I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. Okay, so these doomed to die reverberated in the frigid blackness. So we know what the word frigid means. We've looked at that word before in year 6. So here it's setting the scene. Okay. So the scene is cold. You know, frigid means freezing cold. It's cold and maybe isolated. If it's darkness, can she just see the darkness, or is it other things in the darkness? We don't know yet. Okay, so we've got these cries for help that are petrifying cries, not usually heard, from those that are doomed to die, and they're reverberating in the frigid blackness. And they are petrifying 7-year-old Ava Hart. So, is it Eva or Ava? I'm not sure. I keep swapping between. Petrifying. So she's feeling scared. Is she alone? Because she's 7 years old. Okay. Is this poor girl having to put up with these horrible cries and seeing all these people die in this cold, horrible darkness on her own? Okay, so is she alone? And if she is alone, where are her parents or the people looking after her? Okay, the next part, in her packed lifeboat. So she's in a packed lifeboat. Now, my question there is, well, why is it packed? Why is it so packed? Okay. Perhaps it is a few hours into the tragedy and they have been collecting people, have gone back for more people. Yeah, so some things to think about there. In her packed lifeboat, the little girl screamed. So as you can hear all these screams in the water, she too is screaming, trying to drown out the persistent moans and wails. So she's screaming because she's trying to drown out persistent moans and wails. Now it's quite strange how the author has chosen to use drown. I think the author has chosen to use drown out because it mirrors the people drowning in the water. So as people drown in the water, she's trying to drown out their moans and wails. So think about what that word there means. Persistent moans and wails. We'll look at these words tomorrow. Think about something's persistent. What does it mean? And what type of wails is that? Okay, so trying to drown out the persistent moans and wails of hundreds upon hundreds of people who had jumped or been pitched off the sinking Titanic moments earlier. So you've got to picture in your head these hundreds upon hundreds of people in the water who had either chosen to jump or been pitched off. What do you think that means? Does this mean they've been forced off? Have they been forced off? Have they been chosen? What does that mean, being pitched off the sinking Titanic? Have they been forced off into the water? Or is it talking about people being forced off into lifeboats? Something else to think about. Sinking Titanic moments earlier, okay? The chilling drone of those unfortunate souls. So I won't do the next bit for you, but just think about what these words mean. Definitely highlight any words that spring out to you. So chilling drone, unfortunate souls were left bobbing, deadly waters, terrorize. Think about what the word terrorize means. And her core, where is her core? So I won't do any more for you. I will let you guys have a go at the first bit, and then I'll let you have a go at the second and third part on your own. Don't forget, I have put the text on our website, so if you want to print it off, you can do. If you don't have access to a printer, then you can just write your thoughts, feelings, wonders, and questions in your science books. Okay, and don't forget to make a note of all the lovely vocabulary that you like that you can use in your English. Okay, so if you want to email or tweet any of your work, please do so, and I hope you enjoy this task. And I will see you tomorrow for the vocab task. Bye for now.